it's Chantel here. Hope you've had a lovely, lovely day. I just wanted to share this with you because I'm quite excited and quite evangelical now about this new program I've just started using in my business. I've been doing it for a couple of weeks now, and it's phenomenal. This is a social media scheduling tool, so it's going to help you to automate all your scheduling posts. And literally, if I kind of put it into context, once I got everything set up with this Edgar program called Meet Edgar. Literally, it took me about 5-6 hours in one day, and I've literally scheduled all my social media posts for the rest of the year. So one day in January has set me up until December, which is just incredibly, incredibly exciting. So it's quite different to other programs like Hootsuite. And I'll explain how. The other difference is that this is a paid program, but I really think it's worth it for me personally, because it works so differently. So let me take you inside and show. If you do want to sign up with this, you have to go through an invitation process. It's all very fancy pants. But it doesn't take very long, and they give you offers where you can get the first 30 or 60 days for free trial, which is certainly great. So let me show you how it works. Okay, so this is in my account. So first of all, I want to show you how this is different is that you can link lots of different social media accounts. But let me just work on the Studio Expansion kind of main page, the main promotional page. So all you do here is you create in each calendar week, you're going to have certain categories of posts going out at certain times. So for example, every Tuesday at 3:30 p.m. I want to send out a little tip. On every Thursday, I'm going to be recycling all my old video posts that you've been seeing. I'm going to kind of keep them in the promotion, so it's still they're still getting awareness. Every Friday, I'm just going to ask a little question. And so what you do is let's say you wanted to on Saturday have something, you select the category that you've done. So let me see, I'm going to use a feel-good written posts. So I want it to go out at 10:15 a.m. Now, the reason that this is different from other programs is that notice here that you're doing categories of posts and they fall on a certain week, but every week is the same. Not that people will necessarily pick up on this because of how I'm going to schedule it, that actually design the content, but the difference is, I suppose, that in other programs I've used, like Hootsuite, you have to program it specifically for a specific time and a specific date. So for example, I would have to say Monday the 12th of January at 4:20 p.m. I want this kind of little picture post to go out. And then on Wednesday the 14th, I want this to go out. What this does is it eliminates all that minor scheduling that takes up time and effort and kind of makes you feel like you've got to be on top of every week. What I love about this Edgar system is that you've designed your promotions for the week and you then don't have to worry about it. So once you've established your schedule, your kind of calendar of the posts, then what you do is you create these categories. And the categories essentially are topics. So you might like to have a topic on practice tips, or you might like to how to get the best out of your performance. You might like to have benefits of music education. You might, depending on what you want to do, you can have specific topics lined up. So let me show you some examples. So if I go into, these ones are easy. Oh, beg your pardon. So I'm just going to the library. So here, for example, if I go into this inspiration and funny, so I've uploaded a picture and then a little comment with it. So it doesn't have to be huge, but it's just, it's just a way of keeping the tap so that you've always got something happening. And you just add a little comment, you upload the photo. So this is how I did it. I went into my Pinterest account, and I always kind of have a Studio Expansion board in Pinterest. And so I just downloaded 55 different images from my Studio Expansion board. And then all I had to do was upload that little picture and then add a little quote for each one. Another category, so my blog post. So let's say you've been doing blog posts on your website. You just copy the link and then give it. Now let me just show you as well that when it does, it will show, it does have a preview. So you'll see here that you've written your little bit of text, you've it copies the link in, and then it does give you an image preview of the post. So that always is going to look good as well. But let's just go back here to the library. I want to show you how this could be very cool as well. One little thing that I have noticed in terms of engagement, questions are fantastic. So asking questions. So for example, how many have I written? I've written 55 different questions. How much time do you spend a week on planning? What's tricky for you? Attracting new students at the door or retaining students? Just kind of little basic questions that promote engagement on your Facebook page are so powerful in terms of your statistics. The more engagement means you're going to have more views. The more views means you're going to have to pay less for posts. So if they're going to see that you've got high engagement, you've got people interacting with comments, they're typing, they're liking, they're sharing, that type of thing, your page is going to be rewarded. So it's certainly worth your while having a certain type of question thing. But the other thing that's very cool is that with this program, you can schedule into groups. So I want to show you another kind of extension of how you could use this program. So this, for example, is my Student Attraction System members group. It's for people who've bought the Student Attraction System. But I want you to imagine for a second that you've got a group for your teachers. Okay, so like it's a teacher training group. You could set up a few times a week to post an article you found, to give a little tip, a reminder to do this. I remember like always take time this week to put a smile on a kid's face. And you can set this up so that it comes out each time. So let me just make it this really clear. So what happens is that when you've got your schedule, it pulls from this bucket. So here I've got Student Attraction System tips, SAS tips, SAS tips. But what you'll notice is that when I go back into my library, here I've got 199 Student Attraction System tips. So it just pulls one of these at that specific time. So you don't have to create specific content to go out on a specific day. It pulls from that category bucket and allows, it will choose that. And so it works on a rotational system. So it will pull one and then it won't use that specific post again until it comes through. So even here, like I've done 199, and based on 3 posts a week, this is going to give me over a year's worth of content with 3 posts going out a week, which is unbelievable. So I don't have to think about it for a whole, for a year and a half pretty much for this one particularly. So if you sat down, that's why it took me about 5-6 hours to create 55 little kind of nice, feel-good, inspirational little posts for the page, to bring in all my kind of current video posts, to add a whole lot of questions, give some 52 tips of how to run your studio. So you could literally create different categories in your social media buckets within this program that are going to help you to communicate the messages about your studio, the benefit it gives, and that means that your social media goes on without you having to think about it. So this is how it looks. So this is example, one of my quick tips, and it's about batching. And you can see here that it says posted by Edgar. So this is how it will come up. So it's unautomated, but it's kind of their promotional way. But it means that people can see that there's regular posting on your account and you don't have to think about it. I love this. I think it's a fantastic program. It's a little bit more expensive than others. This is about $50, I think it's $50, $47 a month, something like that. Yeah, $49 a month. But you can have 10 profiles and it works really well. I'm loving it. I'm not affiliated with the program anymore. I just think it's really fantastic. And the fact that I don't have to think about it for 12 months and I know I'm going to have consistency in my business is worth gold for me. And I like that I just have to kind of make sure I've got enough content in the buckets to keep going through. Because the other thing is that you can, if let's say 12 months from now, if you could have the same post again, that's the other thing. I mean, like my blog post can just keep on recycling for 12 months because the content is good. I believe in the content and it's still relevant. And the same for you. If you kind of can create a year's worth of content, then keep updating the buckets every, one day a year, you just have another day, you fill all the buckets with new content and you're off and running again. Very exciting. The other thing is that it does have a category where it's only used once. So if you only want something to be seen once and never to be shown again, you can have it in this category here and it will ensure that you'll only populate it once. So that's my tip. I hope you like this. I find that this is a fantastic program to use. It's totally automated my whole social media, especially when sometimes I'm really good, but then there's times like when I'm in the Studio Expansion program and you guys are all I'm trying to service you guys a lot, that I drop the ball with social media, and this means that I don't have to worry about dropping the ball. I'm secure for the rest of the year. Sounds good to me. Anyway, I hope this helps. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.